A string of new promotional photos for Georgie and Mandy's first marriage reveals that Meemaw will team up with George's young Sheldon best friend for a new scheme. After the release of the trailer for Typhoid Georgie, featuring Lance Barber's return as the Cooper patriarch, CBS is on a roll when it comes to promoting what lies ahead on its top-rated comedy. Despite shifting some of its focus to new characters, Georgie and Mandy's first marriage has kept some of young Sheldon's characters relevant. Moving forward, however, even those who had relatively minor roles in Sheldon's origin story will also find themselves in the spin-off. Paramount has shared several promotional stills for Georgie and Mandy's first marriage episode 14, a sportsbook and a breakup, including the first look at Doc Farrow's return as Coach Wilkins. The gallery also confirms Annie Potts coming back as Meemaw for the third time this season, as well as Craig T. Nelson's second appearance as Dale. The episode is scheduled to air on March 13th. Check out the photos below. Why Coach Wilkins pairs up with Meemaw in Georgie and Mandy's first marriage. Meemaw is back to her gambling ways. Rex Linn as Tom Peterson and Doc Farrow as Coach Wilkins in young Sheldon. According to the logline for Georgie and Mandy's first marriage episode 14, Meemaw is running a sportsbook, and that isn't exactly surprising, considering her history. She has always loved gambling and was once a successful den manager. What's curious is how Coach Wilkins ties into all of this. The last time that Farrow's character was on the small screen was in the young Sheldon finale, as he broke down during George's funeral service. Mainly depicted as the Cooper patriarch's closest co-worker, he barely had any ties to the rest of George's family, let alone Meemaw, but it all boils down to Coach Wilkins' ties to Medford High's football team. In light of George's unexpected death, it's safe to assume that he took over his friend's spot on the coaching roster. Meemaw's side hustle may have reached him, hence why they connected. It's also worth noting that while the Coopers and other young Sheldon characters are barely in Georgie and Mandy's first marriage, all of them still live in the same town, which makes these team-ups fairly easy to stage. It would have been better if Missy somehow got involved in this plot. Our take on Georgie and Mandy's first marriage bringing in many young Sheldon characters. Young Sheldon continues to be beloved. At this point, only Sheldon hasn't appeared in Georgie and Mandy's first marriage from young Sheldon's core cast. That seems to be by design, however, since the boy genius now lives in California. It's no secret that there was a lot of pushback when the original prequel ended. Young Sheldon concluded because it was time for George to die and Sheldon to leave, but the Big Bang Theory canon, Georgie and Mandy's first marriage bringing in so many familiar faces from that show proves that it continues to be popular and relevant among viewers. Aside from the Coopers, Dale, and Coach Wilkins, Pastor Jeff and even Ms. Hutchins have already made cameos. It's an indication that it may just be a matter of time before other characters like Paige, Dr. Sturgis, and even Pastor Rob also appear.